Hi guys, it's Charlie Tango 1994, back with an update video on my Venom half-wave CB antenna. It's been up for about a week now. Just put it in this position temporarily, really, just to get it out and get it set up and do some initial tests. So it's been up for just a week. Interestingly, I chose last weekend and then to set it all up, and then Monday and Tuesday we had I think they called it storm imaging blow through the southeast of England, sort of mid-Feb 2016 we are. So we've had some really strong winds Monday, Tuesday, and I wanted just really a check more than anything on how the aerial stood up. Now, in some of the advice that I got, there was some mention of some of the cheaper aerials that they're a little bit flimsy and stuff. So I was a bit worried about it, and I have to say it's pretty much stood up to it. So I'm happy about that. One thing that's been happening though through the course of the week is that one of the sections of the antenna, I don't know if you can see it here, keeps kind of sliding back inside itself. Now I've got that bottom Jubilee clip done up as tightly as I can, but it keeps kind of slipping back. I don't know if you can see the distance between the sections. It's much longer between the other sections, and you can see here, you can see two of them in frame now, that it's sunk right down again. So I'm having to keep kind of jumping up to push it back up, because it does affect the swar. So that's a bit of a worry for me. The other thing to mention is that about the performance of the aerial. Now obviously I haven't got it up on the roof and raised to any significant level. I was hoping that the fact that it's up on my decking, which is probably 10 foot above the ground, would give us enough height. And as I showed in the previous video, I'm getting, there's a fair amount of open sky there, so I was kind of hoping, truthfully, to get better reception than I have done. Now, I don't know if you've watched the kind of setup video for this aerial. Right at the end of that video, I did manage, in the initial tests, when I put a call out, to speak to a guy in Southgate. He was right in the back of the box. It wasn't a great signal, but I did manage to get a few overs to him. I did manage to work his box. So I was well pleased with that as a first test. But I came back Sunday night, turned the rig back on. Did get a few things. There was quite a lot of activity on channel 19. Very quiet though, except for two signals that were audible. Probably not strong enough for me to try and converse with them, but both of them did mention where they were. So one guy was down in, or up I should say, up in Hereford, which is about 17 miles over this way, and another guy was in southeast London. Did he say Chiswick? It might have been Chiswick, which is probably, I looked it up, was about 15-16 miles that way. As I say, it wasn't, they weren't great signals, and I'm not sure, I'd imagine probably the guy in Hereford was running a burner, because I could hear him moderately well, probably just below moderately well, to be honest. But then, as I say, Monday night it was blowing a storm, and Tuesday, and the weather's been pretty crap this week, but then it is February, so it's going to be glorious sunshine now, is it? But overall, I mean, it stood up to what I need it to do. It's just that it does keep slipping down a little bit. So the other nights that I tried, as I say, Monday night, Tuesday night, I was out a few evenings this week, so didn't really get much of a chance later in the week to get the rig switched on. So it was very quiet, I have to say, Monday, Tuesday. Didn't get anything but static. Probably had the radio on for maybe half an hour, 45 minutes for the course of each evening. I didn't pick anything up. And I think the issue with that is that I'm just not high enough off the ground or high enough in the air. So I'm going to have a think about what I need to do. Hopefully that will improve performance. Now, obviously these aerials are designed to go up on the roof, you know, above the roof line. So I am going to contact a company actually to give me a quote to install the aerial up on my roof, because it's not something that I'm comfortable doing myself. Always suffered with a bit of vertigo, and to be honest, I'm just not ever going to get on the roof of my house. It's just stupid to go up there. It should be a job for professionals. So it's better to use an aerial company to come in, do a proper installation, make sure everything's secure and safe and long standing. I don't just want to lash it up there and hope for the best. But I am a bit concerned that in the process of doing that, it will get knocked about and it will knock out the swar. So I'm thinking of some other ideas. Now, you'll know if you've seen my other videos, and obviously part of the Charlie Tango DX group is getting out on high ground. Now, I have got a mobile set up as well. I've got an antenna in the car. But I was thinking about buying a 20-foot mast, and in place of this umbrella pole, sticking it up on a 20-foot mast. That's going to give me a fair amount of additional height. Could well annoy the neighbours though, because this thing's going to stand up quite a long way up in the air. So actually the best place to put it is up on the roof, but we've got to look at the cost of what that is, and just be confident that this area is going to work once it's up there. Now, another thing to say is that I am needing to do this on a fairly tight budget. I've got a wife, a mortgage, 2 kids, lots of bills to pay, so this radio hobby is not going to be a priority for me, sadly. I just don't have that much spare cash, and the first thought is obviously the cost of getting someone to come and install the aerial. It's going to cost more than probably the entire outlay for all of the equipment, so I'm going to try a more cost-effective option. And going back to the point that I am planning to go out mobile, it's pretty much a spring of life, to be honest. As soon as things warm up a little bit, that 20-foot mast is going to be useful, because what I can do is break this all down, sling it in the car, stick it up on a mast, and then use this aerial as a mobile or a portable setup. Now that probably seems ridiculous with a 5 meter, 6 meter aerial, but other people have done it, and I certainly, you know, with the sectional mast, I can break it down into sections that are fairly easy to manage. Certainly would fit in the boot of a car, and I can drive up somewhere and set it all up. Not sure I'd want to be schlepping it on my back along with a mast, but we'll have to look at it. And I'd love to see this kind of size aerial, this halfway. It is probably one of the best sizes that you can get for CB, and they do say that is what equates to the best distance in terms of reception. So it is something that, you know, I want to make use of. Ideally, yes, to have this up on the roof, or an aerial similar to this up on the roof, because I would like to get out from home. But the other thing about this hobby is that I do also want to get mobile straight portable, so I can go out and kind of enjoy the countryside as much as enjoy CB and DXing and stuff. So it's, you know, there's a number of facets to what I'm planning to do this summer. So anyway, there's a quick update on the aerial. It stands up pretty well. Not overly concerned with the build quality or anything like that, apart from this this bit of slippage that I'm seeing, and I'm going to be spending some time today just looking at how I can prevent that from happening so much. I'm happy with it. Just would like to get a bit of better reception. Haven't actually, as I say, apart from the brief contact that I had as a test with the guy in Southgate, haven't really had a lot of contact off it, so there's more work to be done basically. So more ideas, more things to be looking at over the next couple of weeks to improve things, and I'll be back probably with another update on this aerial and what I'm planning to do with it at some point in the future. Alright guys, look forward to the next video. Speak to you again soon. Cheers.